Hello everybody, thank you for tuning in to video number 11 of Jimmer's Jiu-Jitsu journey. I finished not that long ago uploading all 5 of my competition matches so far. I did my first one about 3 months in to starting Jiu-Jitsu. It was a Naga over in Duncanville. Won my first match and then lost my next 2, and in the third match I actually dislocated my jaw, popped it out and back into place. Hurt pretty terrible. This side of my face was numb for a couple weeks, and then over the next month after that, it kind of slowly dwindled. And every once in a while now, it'll be a little bit funny, a little numb right there, right on the edge, but not bad, not like it was at the beginning. Posted my 2 matches from my second Naga tournament. This was about 6 months into my journey, and about a month and a half ago. Lost the first one to a kid that was just a stud. He was just better than me. I went from my first tournament, I was in the 0 to 6 months experience, and did all right, felt good in that one. And then for this one, I went, I'm at 6 months, so I better jump up to the 6 months to 2 years. And he was just better. He was good. He probably would have beat me 10 out of 10 times. Caught me in an armbar off of a pretty good transition. You can see it in the video. Lost my gi match 0 to 2. I had a failed takedown. He ended up on top. I got in his guard. They gave him points for a takedown. I kind of half swept him into his own guard later. Broke his guard and just wasn't able to pass and get the points. Lost 0 to 2. So that's how the first 2 tournaments went. 4 losses, 1 win. Not real proud of that, but I know at this point it's all just learning and tournament experience. I'm going to talk a little bit about my tournament experiences so far. Going into the first one, I knew that only being in for less than 3 months, that was pretty early to do a tournament. I had no sweeps. My guard was easy to pass. I knew that if I got taken down, somebody got on top of me, I was screwed. I wasn't going to be able to sweep them. I didn't have enough knowledge yet at that point. So I went in with the attitude of, I have to take this person down, I have to get on top and stay on top, and I need to outwork them, because technically they're probably going to be better than me. And like I said, I actually won my first match with that attitude. However, I got done with my first match, and my forearms blew up. They all filled with blood. I was exhausted. I was standing there breathing, and after a minute or 2, I actually got dizzy and kind of lightheaded, and then was toast. 0 energy. And I had, obviously, the rest of no gi and then gi to do after that, and my mind was just going, how am I going to do this? So come to find out, they call that an adrenaline dump. I've played organized sports my whole life and never experienced something like that. So it was new to me, and it was crazy. So I lost my second match of that first tournament. I got caught in a triangle, but it was a very loose triangle. I hadn't really drilled how to get out of them to that point. Now I would have been able to. But I didn't know how to get out of them, and I didn't have any energy. So going into my second tournament, I went, all right, how do I not get in an adrenaline dump? Because even if I can go in there and go balls to the walls and win 1 match, that doesn't mean anything when you have to win 3 or 4 to win a tournament. So I went into my second tournament trying the opposite approach. Rather than, going in there with the killer warrior approach, I went in there trying to be as relaxed and calm as possible. I had some sweeps at this point, so I knew, hey, if I get put on bottom, I'm going to be okay. Just relax. I don't want an adrenaline dump. I don't want to gas out after 1 match or half a match. So that was the approach for the second one. Relax, take it easy, wear them out, see what happens. And that's not a good approach for me. The kid came in and just steamrolled me in my first match. I was overmatched on the feet. I could tell he was a wrestler in high school. He was only 18 or 19, just out of high school. And he was just better than me. We got to the ground, and I didn't move quick enough in some of the transitions. Again, just going relax, relax. And then in the second one, it's only a 4-minute match. Like I said, I had a failed takedown. He ended up on top. I got him in my guard, kept him there for a little bit, ended up getting on top, broke his guard, was ready to pass, ran out of time. So again, the whole relaxed approach for me, that's not what I'm going to do in the future. It was a good learning lesson that second tournament. But I know that for me, I work pretty freaking hard. I watched a documentary on Nick Rodriguez, who trains with John Danaher's crew, and he said, they're asking, how do you get your cardio like that? And he said, I never take a round off. So I try and have that attitude. I try and remember that feeling that I had in a tournament of just how tired I was and knowing that I still had to push if I wanted to win, and I didn't have it. So I tell everybody, going into my tournaments, I thought that I was in top gear. I was in fourth gear and topping it out in practice, and I realized that there's a whole fifth gear that I didn't even know existed, that I hadn't even tapped into or started using. So that's my approach in practice. Work my freaking butt off almost every single roll, unless I'm rolling with somebody that's pretty new. I try and do some sprints once or twice a week to help my cardio out, and I just don't want to be the one that loses because I'm tired in a match. So because of that, I think my cardio is going to be better than most people I go against. I think my approach needs to go back more towards the first tournament. The first tournament, I went in with just a kill or be killed mindset, and that's what I need to do to be at my best. So going into this next one, that's my mindset, is I'm going to go in there and tear some heads off. And I think that's going to do me better. So that's my competition experiences so far. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out. Thank you for watching, and I'll be back tomorrow. Thank you.